Jordan, how would you assess the week overall?
Better than last year's start. You know, obviously after Friday, I would have liked a better weekend. I made a lot of really, really bad decisions on the weekend. It wasn't any more or less on execution than the first 2 days. I mean, I made 7 of them yesterday and at least 4 or 5 today. Very unlike me for a weekend, which could maybe just go into a little bit of just contending and a little bit of rust. I really haven't played, you know, in the last few groups on a weekend since, I mean, shoot, going back more than 6 months. So I think it wasn't nerves or anything, I played just some of the wrong shots or the wrong clubs, and so that was a bit frustrating because it wasn't just on execution, but that's also a little easier to fix, I think.
What's the plan with the driver? You said you broke it, and I assume that's going to be a priority.
Yeah, I'm playing next week, so I'll have. I'm on just my backup head, which the launch conditions are pretty good. A couple of them are surprising to me when I look up on where they're going. Typically on fades, they're just fading more, and I think that's a spin thing. And I know that JJ, my guy from Titleist, will be there next week with a couple more heads and some of the newer ones to try out, and he knows exactly what I need. And so I don't foresee it being a problem having a few days of runway, but I didn't have any runway, so that was tough this week.
Can you speak to how hard it is to win even with a big lead? Because Colin went from 6 up to now 1 man, and you forget how difficult it is to close it out no matter where you are. Unbelievable what position.
Yeah, I think what's challenging is continuing to play yourself against the golf course, which is what you did the first 3 rounds. And that's the biggest difficulty when you have a big lead, is you kind of sit there and one thing's a little tentative, or, you know, I would just make sure that you play it to the center of the green here, where and I haven't seen any of the round or what's happening. I've just seen the scoreboard, so I don't know about Colin specifically, but I've had leads that I've lost, and I've had a lot that I've kept, and I would say that the most difficult part of the bigger leads and keeping them, and I've had big leads where I lose them during the round and get them back, is finding a way to play against the golf course with a certain goal for that day. And if Colin set out to shoot 5 under today, which is, you know, this was a very easy day to shoot 5 under. I didn't get to 5 under and I wasn't leading. If you set out to do that and your mind's only on that, he has a higher likelihood of accomplishing that. And at that point, he's not going to get caught. But it just gets really challenging when you get in that position, because the only thing, if you win, you were supposed to. And if you lose, it's the worst thing ever. And I think that mentality is what you just can't have creep in, but it's also human to have that happen. And I think he's gone a little while without winning. And so there's also that to it. So it's not crazy. It doesn't mean he won't go win 5 events this year either if he doesn't win this one. In fact, regardless, coming out of it, he'll be more comfortable the next time there, and that's assuming he doesn't win.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, how hard is that to get over? How long does it take to get over something like that?
I mean, let's see. The year I had a lead at the Masters and lost, I ended up winning at Colonial, which was a few starts later. I mean, he's playing well. When you're playing well, you're playing well. And, good form is good form. And in golf, it's probably, in an individual sport, I imagine it's even more important than in a team sport. You talk about teams, they call it recent form in soccer, but it's like you got 11 guys out there and you could just have one go out, deflect off a guy's foot. But in an individual sport, when you're in form, I assume he's going to continue to keep playing really, really well. And the more times you're in that position, the bounces go your way.
How long was that? How long did you have that head when it cracked?
I've been playing that driver I had one crack. I played with a cracked driver the day I won in San Antonio, so it had to be after that. So it's been over a year, which typically I go about a year on those heads and then crack them. It's been a few years in a row now, but everybody does it. It's not just me. It's just unfortunate when it's been Wednesdays or Sundays, or I've had it twice on Tuesday or Wednesday of the Masters in 16 and 19. and then I've had it. Yeah, so it just it's nice. It's not in the spring. It's nice that it's in January. It'd be better in November, but January's fine.
I got one more question. Just going ahead to Sony, what's the biggest thing you have to kind of shift to when you go from Kapalua to Waialae?
Honestly, everything. I mean, the greens putt, totally different. Your ability to hit fairways goes way, way down. You're thinking through positioning versus just hitting driver everywhere. So, you know, I haven't played there in a little while, so I really need to almost kind of relearn, you know, where you push it and where you lay back. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to just the difference. I mean, it's fun as a golf lover to play such drastic, you know, differences in golf courses, whether they're right next to each other or not. And you don't have two more different back-to-back weeks, I think, than Kapalua to Sony. So it'll be a fun challenge trying to make up for the decision making this weekend, because it requires so much more there, you know. So gonna have to work on that.
See you guys.